Ways northeast in the top end. We'll also see that heavy rain and storms over Queensland into New South Wales and parts of South Australia as well. So rain on the way for Brisbane, 25 degrees. Showers increasing in Canberra, 24. Partly cloudy in Melbourne with a top of 30. Let's take a look at that rain tomorrow. It will continue spreading right into New South Wales. We are expecting more than 100 millimetres in parts of the northern, central and eastern New South Wales between now and the weekend. It will be a mild day for most New South Wales as a result of that weather system, only reaching the low 20s across the north, slightly warmer in the south, saying that Wagga Wagga, one of the warmest places, and they're only heading for a top of 28. Sydney will be partly cloudy tomorrow. There's a very high chance of showers, but that's most likely to happen tomorrow night. We're expecting 3 to 15 millimetres of rain along our coast and 5 to 20 millimetres in our west. Cooler tops as well, only heading for tops of 25 to 27 along the coast, 26 to 27 degrees across our west. Let's take a quick look ahead. Saturday looking very, very wet, 20 to 70 millimetres, easing off on Sunday morning with a top of 25. Then finally, we can look forward to some sunshine again by early next week. But a wet weekend, Kate.
It'll be welcome after the rain, Amber, thank you. And that is Nine's afternoon news. Our next bulletin is at 6 o'clock with Peter Overton. I'm Kate Creedon. Have a great evening. Hope to see you soon.
Join the fun at the 12th Annual Byron Coastal Charity Walk Saturday, May 3. Start in stunning Byron Bay and choose your challenge. The 12K to Broken Head, 24K to Lennox Head or the ultimate 36K to Ballina. Walk or run at any pace with en route entertainment and great prizes. Enjoy the pristine coastline while raising funds for the community's own Westpac Rescue Helicopter Service. Register now, individual or team, at coastalcharitywalk.com.au. Major sponsor, Reflections Holidays.
Snack time?
Hungry Jack's new Jack's Fried Chicken Tender Snack Wraps. Crispy, juicy, 100% Aussie chicken and sauce wrapped in a soft tortilla. Now at Hungry Jack's.
MyGov ID is now simply My ID, the new name for one way you can identify yourself for government services, and in the future, other places too. And you don't have to change a thing. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
Aldi's tender porterhouse steak is so tender you can cut it with a butter knife. Made of butter. Now only $5.99 for a 200-gram pack at Aldi. Good different.
Why are we walking so slowly?
It makes this scene feel more cinematic.
I get that. It's just maybe not the best time to walk in slow motion.
It's the only time to walk in slow motion.
Book now and fly free with Viking. Explore all 7 continents with no kids, no casinos and all-inclusive pricing.
Hurry, Viking's Explorer sale ends soon. Book your next voyage before 31 March to secure free flight offers. See your Viking agent or visit Viking.com.
Universities matter because of what matters to us, like more doctors and nurses to take care of us in later life. For more ways universities benefit us all, visit universitiesmatter.edu.au.
This autumn, make the Sunboost switch with the mega-selling 6.6 kilowatt premium home solar system with top-rated Tier 1 panels for an incredible $34.91 till March 31 only.
Get your energy bills reduced. Call 1300 Sunboost.
What are you doing?
Got to stay up all night and keep an eye on all the properties we're looking at.
Babe, these are really bad for you.
I know, but I feel amazing. Look at this, I've organized these tabs by price from low to high. But on this browser, I've got them listed from high to low in terms of, how many bedrooms there are. I just got to make sure that there's at least 2 bathrooms, right?
Never miss a listing update with property alerts. Download the Domain app. Know what we know.
The Nick Scully Autumn Sale has been extended with up to 50% off selected lines. Save up to 50% at the Autumn Sale, extended until Sunday. At Nick Scully.
Right now at Carpet Call, you can order our plantation shutters from just $275 per square metre. That's right, just $275 per square metre. That's why for over 50 years, you know who to call.
The experts in the trade.
This program brought to you by Harvey Norman for everything you need in furniture, bedding, home appliances and technology.
Hello, Natasha Beyersdorf with an NBN News update. The little boy inspiring big change in the health system. Hospital public-private partnerships to be banned in New South Wales. Mounting speculation the federal election will be called tomorrow. Opposition leader Peter Dutton set to deliver his budget reply speech tonight. Concerns sensitive court information could be in the hands of a hacker after a data breach. Also tonight, how an Aussie reality star struck it big in the US, winning $9 million. The Hunter Choir helping people with dementia find their voices. And in sport, the Rabbitohs hosting the Panthers tonight in round 4 of the NRL. We'll have the very latest. Those stories and more coming up tonight at 6.
When loyalty means zip.
And it made no sense to me.
How Greg found out his insurance would be cheaper if he lived a few doors down. Join me.
Let's work it, Turkey Mince. To the left, to the right. 1 and 2 and 3, all right. Feeling fresh, feeling fine. You're 500 grams for $4.99. Yes, you are. Aldi, good different.
Looking for the perfect car? Explore Drive Newsed. New and quality used cars for sale, available now to drive away today. Only at drive.com.au.
Get more flavour and more value with Domino's new pizza pots. Delicious handcrafted pots loaded with your choice of 3-cheese blend, Aussie beef and bacon, or our signature pepperoni. Swing by for a 3-pack at Domino's.
A sense of belonging. This is a sentiment we've heard most from the homeowners across our many Palm Lake resorts. Our resorts are designed around social connections and creating spontaneous moments that make life grand. Every resort offers many ways for people to come together and thrive. New homes now selling. This is your time at Palm Lake Resort.
Introducing the all-new Sealy Posturepedic Acclaim, a breakthrough in sleep technology that senses and responds, helping to align your body. Innovation never felt so good. In store now.
You want to smoke, sis?
Nah, I think I'm ready to quit.
Solid.
No matter who you are, there's a place for you to play football with us. Registrations for the 2025 season are open. Search Northern New South Wales Football to find your club and join our team. Because football is everywhere in Northern New South Wales.
Hello, Natasha Beyersdorf with an NBN News update. Growing speculation the Prime Minister will fire the starting gun and call the election tomorrow. Tragedy near Casino. 2 men dead after a car goes off a bridge and plunges into the Richmond River. Joe's Law, the state government's hospital ban sparked by the tragic death of a toddler. Plus the Aussie food company growing mushrooms in space, and Daly Cherry Evans' teammates' disappointment over the club's treatment of the departing skipper. That's next.
Tomorrow we are announcing the winner of our Antarctica cruise competition. If you've entered, be watching.
Plus, he's back. The Libs' Christopher Pine squares off against Labor's Wayne Spawn in a political fistfight for the ages. So, who comes out on top?
The Nick Scully Autumn Sale has been extended with up to 50% off selected lines. Save up to 50% at the Autumn Sale, extended until Sunday. At Nick Scully.
Experience Grand Japan from $3,999 per person, including Qantas flights. Visit the serene temples of Kyoto, witness breathtaking Mount Fuji, immerse in buzzing Tokyo and more. Search Tripadeal now.
The new Hot Honey range has dropped at Macca's with the Hot Honey McSpicy, the Hot Honey Dipping Sauce, and the Hot Honey McCrispy. Embrace the drip at Macca's.
You mastered your mind. And all the while, you were on the train home. Audible. There's more to imagine when you listen.
Universities matter because of what matters to us, like medical research, finding cures and better treatments, crops that survive droughts, more doctors and nurses to take care of us in later life, because we need affordable energy and housing, healthier koalas, safer cars, cleaner water, For more ways universities benefit us all, visit universitiesmatter.edu.au.
Was it a big bang? Or a big wave of reggaeton from a Philips 2.0 channel soundbar, just $99.99? It's special you can buy at Aldi's big entertainer sale this Saturday. Aldi, good different.
Big banks talk about security, but understanding what it means to you, it's better to go bigger.
With multi-factor authentication and focus on helping customers bank safely online, join a bank that's bigger. For you, Bendigo Bank, the better big bank.
Hi Australia, come along and see our brand new Robertson Brothers 1960s variety TV show featuring hits from the Beatles, Del Shannon, Petula Clark and the Beach Boys. Simon Brooke McLaughlin will be joining us again, along with the amazing Cosima DeVito from Australian Idol. Come and see the Robertson Brothers 1960s variety TV show. Tickets at the venue.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson in the action-packed thrill ride. San Andreas, Saturday 8:30 on 9.
Surprise Fries is back at Macca's with instant prizes like food, cash and gift cards, plus weekly draws to win 10k cash and our surprisiest prizes ever. Play for a 1 in 3 chance to win.
You mastered your mind. And all the while, you were on the train home. Audible. There's more to imagine when you listen.
Every day is an opportunity to do as much or as little as you like at Palm Lake Resort. Our communities are built for your preferred over-50s lifestyle and offer an abundance of world-class facilities. You can look forward to forging new friendships, sharing great times and making new connections. Find yourself again and again. New homes now selling. This is your time at Palm Lake Resort.
With GIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, get lifetime guarantee on authorised repairs. If it's precious to you, protect it with us. GIO. Protect precious. Was it a big bang? Or a big wave of reggaeton from a Philips 2.0 channel soundbar, just $99.99? It's special you can buy at Aldi's big entertainer sale this Saturday. Aldi, good different.
Surprise Fries is back at Macca's with instant prizes like food, cash and gift cards, plus weekly draws to win 10k cash and our surprisiest prizes ever. Play for a 1 in 3 chance to win.
Look, still in the same spot. Oh, handmade. They have Archies. Haven't seen these before. Wow, these look so comfy. The Shoe Spot Toronto is always spot on.
Go Harvey Norman for your contemporary home. New exclusive leather designs with the luxury of powered reclining actions. Dine in style with stunning designs. Furniture designed for the modern lifestyle. Smart designs to fit your space. Be inspired in store at Harvey Norman now.
Go! Come in to Singers for some mighty weekly specials. Sliced T-bone steak, $22.99 per kilo. Save $10 per kilo. Or lamb loin chops, only $12.99 per kilo. That's half price. And pork loin chops, $10.99 per kilo. You'll save $13 per kilo. You'll find these specials and a whole lot more only at Singers.
In NBN News, a dramatic pursuit through the streets of Newcastle, a man in custody, the Hunter Choir helping dementia patients find their voices, and a former NRL player returning to Newcastle Rugby League. Details ahead next.
When loyalty means zip.
And it made no sense to me.
How Greg found out his insurance would be cheaper if he lived a few doors down. Join me.
You found a place of complete focus. ordered your thoughts and mastered your mind. And all the while, you were on the train home. Audible. There's more to imagine when you listen.
There's no more indulgent treat than Domino's new lava pots. Decadent handcrafted pots oozing with choc lava, dusted with icing sugar and drizzled with a creamy glaze. Swing by for a 2-pack at Domino's.
Book now and fly free with Viking. Explore all 7 continents with no kids, no casinos and all-inclusive pricing.
Hurry, Viking's Explorer sale ends soon. Book your next voyage before 31 March to secure free flight offers. See your Viking agent or visit Viking.com.
It's the final days of the Mitsubishi factory clearance, and you're good to go with a $3,000 bonus on Pajero Sport and select Triton models. All backed by Mitsubishi 1010. Hurry, offer ends 31st of March.
Like that friendship that stands the test of time, where every moment leaves you feeling renewed. Stressless, designer comfort from Norway. Sail on now. Discover the latest offers near you.
Before you start, there's where on earth do I start? Then that advice from Inspirations Paint. Okay, let's go.
Have you recently found it harder to hear? Many Australians experience blocked ears from earwax buildup. This can lead to discomfort and potential hearing loss. At Earworks, earwax removal is our focus. You can find our highly trained registered nurses at industry-leading clinics across New South Wales. We use the dry, safe and gentle microsuction procedure to clear your blocked ears. At Earworks, you can expect excellence. Call us today or visit our website to make a booking.
You only win 4 premierships with a team built on spirit.
What an effort from Penrith.
And these champions never give in.
Just incredible how they keep fighting.
Now, the Nets challenge.
South Sydney are coming to play
the Bunnies always rise for the big ones. And this clash is a monster.
A Thursday night cracker.
Rabbitohs Panthers, live and free on 9 and 9 now.
Tipping Point Australia, brought to you by Keno Go. Download the app to add thrill to this ad break with Keno Go's $40 million jackpot every 3 minutes.
Tonight, tragedy on the Northern Rivers with 2 men dead after a car plunges off a bridge.
Breaking news, the PM about to fire the starting gun on the election race. The latest from Canberra.
The death of toddler Joe Massa sparks a ban on public-private hospital partnerships.
A government website hacked, exposing sensitive court documents.
And Daly Cherry Evans returns to training as a contender for his signature rules itself out.
This is NBN News with Gavin Morris and Natasha Beyersdorf.
Good evening. 2 young men have died near Casino after the car they were in went off a bridge and into the Richmond River.
A 22-year-old woman was able to get out of the vehicle and walk to get help. The incident, part of a horror 24 hours on New South Wales roads that saw 5 lives lost in 3 crashes.
A tragic night at Ferry Hill. 2 young lives lost after a car plunged into the Richmond River.
There's our family, there are friends, there are social circles, there are work circles, all of whom are impacted.
Police believe the Ford Falcon was heading along Droney's Bridge Road last night when it went off the bridge, plunging into the water. A 22-year-old woman managed to get out of the car, which was largely submerged, then trekked 2 kilometres to raise the alarm.
The female occupant who managed to get out of the vehicle was uninjured, although obviously very traumatised by what has taken place.
Emergency services responded at around 10 p.m, arriving to find the vehicle and soon located the bodies of 2 men believed to be in their 20s inside. The incidents also sparking a search around the fast-flowing river for any other occupants.
Searching the area to make sure that there are no other people either in that general vicinity or elsewhere in the river system.
The road was closed until about 1 p.m. as emergency services conducted an investigation into the crash and removed the vehicle from the water.
We've had to get the assistance of both the SES and Police Rescue Squad, as well as a large industrial crane to remove the vehicle from the river.
As police try to work out what happened, they're urging people living in the area to check their CCTV.
And if they have something which even may be slightly relevant to the police, to reach out to the local police or Crime Stoppers.
Monica Adair, NBN News.
Now to breaking news out of Canberra on the looming federal election. Here's political editor Charles Croucher.
I understand the Prime Minister will go to visit the Governor-General tomorrow morning and ask her to call an election for May 3. A 5-week campaign with breaks for Easter and Anzac Day and an election fought primarily on the cost of living, with 2 very different directions for our country. A final flash of cash
back, Mr. Speaker.
On a day the Prime Minister's own department declared his government spent.
Are we in caretaker right now?
Obviously this is an error. And we apologise for that.
Leaving Parliament's drivers waiting for Peter Dutton's budget reply speech tonight and a promise of cheaper petrol.
Our plan starts straight away. People will get the relief at the Bowser straight away.
The Coalition will halve the fuel excise from 50.8 cents a litre to 25.4, meaning a saving of around $14 when filling up a 55-litre tank if petrol stations pass on the savings in full.
This is highly targeted relief. It's temporary, but it's also immediate.
And it should flow through to the checkout with lower trucking and transportation costs for goods.
What we don't want to see, and what we are constantly concerned about, is that they cut the excise with one hand and then increase their profit margins with the other.
Some short-term temporary relief is no substitute for permanent tax cuts.
Those tax cuts rushed through the Parliament last night without Liberal support.
Shame on you. Let's hope the whole of Australia sees how you behaved tonight.
Today, confirmation the opposition plans to repeal the cuts if elected.
It's an either-or option. We just can't pretend that we've got endless amounts of money.
So are you really going to be the man who takes away those tax
instead
breaks?
Of Labor's? Well, people will be in net terms better off under us.
Better off for 1 year.
No matter what he says tonight, he's taken to the election higher taxes on Australian workers, and we won't let them forget it.
And so after 3 years, with the cost of living being the #1 issue for voters, we begin this election with a fight over the cost of living.
You've got Labor saying you can have a cup of coffee a week, but you've got to wait 15 months for your first sip. You've got the Liberal Party saying we're going to make your fuel a little bit cheaper, but only for a year.
Tonight, Peter Dutton will also announce an East Coast gas preservation scheme as part of a national gas plan, hoping to bridge the energy gap between now and when the Coalition's nuclear power is scheduled to be built. The opposition leader also promising new incentives for apprentices and trainees.
Public-private hospital partnerships will be banned in New South Wales following the tragic death of toddler Joe Massa on Sydney's northern beaches. A bill put to State Parliament today amending the Health Services Act will be named Joe's Law in his honour.
A little boy inspiring big change. Joe Massa died at just 22 months old. Soon he'll have a law in his name.
There will be no more privatisations of public acute hospitals. It ends now.
Today we feel that the moral compass in our healthcare has been reset.
Joe died in September last year in the care of Northern Beaches Hospital, operated by private company HealthScope. His parents, Eloise and Danny, believed their son would still be alive if they'd taken him to a different hospital.
It's substandard. The standard of care there is not meeting what we believe and what should be the level of care that a New South Wales public hospital provides.
A bill introduced to Parliament this afternoon will ban any future public-private partnerships.
The bottom line is that healthcare should not primarily be about making profit. It should be about saving lives.
We are righting the wrongs of past decisions. We are making sure that what happened to Joe doesn't happen to anybody else, and we're doing everything we can.
Jo's law won't apply retrospectively, meaning for now the Northern Beaches Hospital will continue to be run by Healthscope, a contract that doesn't expire until 2038.
I would hope that the contract doesn't last that long.
I'll be very clear about that. The community has one of these back in public hands.
There's an Auditor General report that's coming back about the management of Northern Beaches Hospital. I'm not going to speculate about the future other than to say I'm not ruling anything out.
Not committing to a buyback, but confirming the government won't let the doors close at the Northern Beaches Hospital. Sophie Upcroft, NBN News.
A man is in custody tonight after allegedly leading police on a chase through Newcastle. Sarah Giuliano joins us live. Sarah, good evening. Several vehicles were damaged.
Gav, a number of those were on Stewart Avenue, where the now crumpled Kia Rio came to a stop. Officers say it all started at Hamilton just after 12:30 p.m. when they tried to pull over the hatchback, but it kept going. Highway Patrol pursuing it through Mayfield, where it clipped a truck's side mirror. Officers then terminated the chase at Newcastle West after a Land Cruiser towing a trailer was sideswiped by the Kia.
Radical, dangerous, stupid, because I hired a car float. So I've now got to go and report the damage of that as well. So it's great day.
Eventually, the Kia Rio slammed into a car on Stewart Avenue, but at least 2 others were also towed away. The 45-year-old man police allege was behind the wheel was later arrested on foot and is tonight at Newcastle Police Station. Thankfully, though, none of the drivers caught up in the incident required medical attention, Gav.
Sarah, thank you. A former rugby international today denied punching an off-duty police officer in Newcastle. Penicolo Latu pleaded not guilty in court over the alleged incident earlier this month. The 31-year-old is accused of punching the officer unconscious outside a nightclub after he tried to intervene in an argument. Latu represented Tonga on 9 occasions and recently re-signed to play rugby league with Denman. His case will return to court in May.
A cannabis delivery service has sparked dozens of arrests in Sydney. The overseas-based website, which connects dealers to drug users, has revealed the alarming scale of the illegal trade.
A cannabis crackdown, 74 kilograms, bags upon bags offering a mix of flavours. Lollies and vapes laced with THC, even a cake for one high-flying Harry. This is the almighty haul seized by police. Investigators concerned dealers are now targeting a younger consumer base, like these nerds lollies laced with marijuana.
That is quite concerning for us because if a young child consumes that product, they might be harmful to their health and could even cause death.
Strikeforce Greentree closing in on dozens of alleged drug dealers in a series of raids. At Arncliffe, a 32-year-old arrested, police uncovering 43 kilograms of cannabis. A vehicle stop at Bondi seeing 42 bags of the psychoactive, along with cookies, joints and a wad of cash. A 55-year-old taken into custody. This driver at Darling Point also pulled over, more bags of cannabis and cookies seized.
Over the course of just a few months, police have charged 39 individuals. It's alleged they were connected to an international open source website investigators are now trying to shut down.
Police allege these individuals were connected to the site. Suppliers advertising their products, offering free delivery and instructions on how to meet up. The site revealing just how many dealers are just a click away, similar to an Uber Eats style setup.
Behind these sites are sometimes criminal groups and they're the ones profiting from it.
Hayley Francis, NBN News.
NBN News has confirmed 3 Hunters stores are expected to close as administrators comb through the finances of Jeans West. Pitcher Partners has been appointed to oversee the process, which will include shutting more than 20 shops in New South Wales, including at Green Hills, Raymond Terrace and Mount Hutton.
Even though the numbers have been fairly good within retail, we know that there's been lots of dynamic movement within what's happening behind the scenes, particularly with digital shopping and online shopping. And what's been suffering is the face-to-face.
It's unclear how many Hunter staff will be impacted. Jeans West stores are expected to keep trading for the next 8 weeks to sell off existing stock.
For dementia patients and their carers, life can sometimes be isolating. But a special choir in Newcastle is changing that. Called the Unforgettables, it offers a place to share experiences and happy memories.
Singing tunes from times gone by which spark fond memories. This isn't your typical choir. The Unforgettables, founded by University of Newcastle Associate Professor Helen English, is made up of dementia patients and their carers, including Mari Cunningham and her husband Peter.
It's been a godsend to us and to the other members of the choir.
Coming here with, everybody has helped a lot because I've, met them and it's been good like that, hasn't it?
Experts say singing and listening to music is incredibly beneficial for those living with dementia.
People often associate music with events in their life, such as maybe their first dance at their wedding, and that evokes a lot of emotion, and emotion really helps with our memories and holding on to our memories.
Songs from when choir members were aged 18 to 25 are considered key.
Obla Dee Obla Da by the Beatles, Try a Little Kindness by Glenn Campbell.
And often change the patient's demeanour entirely.
It's really, really good for the children or the carers to see their loved one again come back.
The choir meets at University House in Newcastle CBD once a week, and after being created in 2023, these days it's more like a community.
It's so joyous, Every Saturday we go away uplifted.
It's a highlight of the week, spending our 2 hours together on a Saturday afternoon.
Jessica Warboys, NBN News.
We've been enjoying some dry conditions, high-level cloud though, producing an incredible sun halo. Details on that later. But today, we still managed to top out about 25 to 27 degrees.
Still ahead in NBN News, damning new messages released in America's group chat scandal.
Former NRL player John Hopewate avoids jail over a drive in a tip truck.
And a deluge sparks record flooding in parts of Queensland.
So when I went to sleep, my jewels were here. And when I woke up, gone. And now it's morning and I have an Nespresso coffee.
Unforgettable.
Nespresso. The big one is on now at Nissan. Get 1% finance on select Navara models or across the entire X-Trail range when you finance with Nissan. Hurry, the big one ends March 31st. Head into your Nissan dealer today.
You haven't shopped around until you've tried Yui. Huh?
Yeah, you should shop around if you're not happy with your car insurance. Or your barber.
For award-winning customer satisfaction, make the change to Yui. You insured.
Stream, 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 stream when I feel blue in the night and I need you to hold me tight whenever I want you. All I have to do is stream, 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 stream.
Stream Paramount Plus from $6.99 a month.
Universities matter because of what matters to us, like teachers with real classroom experience, better bushfire detection and prevention, strong biosecurity at our borders, more doctors and nurses, and mould that eats plastic, healthier koalas, safer cars, cleaner water. For more ways universities benefit us all, visit universitiesmatter.edu.au.
We're on fire. Huge drop into the water, total chaos.
Sounds wild, especially over the loudspeaker.
Good job, everyone. That was a drill.
Not thinking straight? A Dare Fix will fix it.
The Nick Scully Autumn Sale has been extended with up to 50% off selected lines. Save up to 50% at the Autumn Sale, extended until Sunday. At Nick Scully.
Go Harvey Norman for Dyson's new invention that washes hard floors properly. Microfiber rollers use clean water to wash, then finish, cleaning your hard floors, then itself. Powerful hygienic washing of hard floors at Harvey Norman now.
A New South Wales government website has been hacked, exposing sensitive court documents and sparking safety concerns for domestic violence victims. Detectives say it could take at least a week to uncover who is behind it and exactly what has been stolen.
A public platform for court users, but the Department of Community and Justice's website stores sensitive and secure information as well. And right now, it's in the hands of a hacker.
9,000 documents have potentially been exfiltrated from the system.
But the rest remains a mystery.
At this point in time, it's not clear exactly what documents were accessed. We don't know how the intrusion has occurred, and we don't know who's responsible.
The cyber team at the DCJ discovered the breach last week and called in police on Tuesday. By 8 o'clock last night, the threat was removed, but not before details of apprehended violence orders and affidavits were downloaded. Which cases, they still don't know, but the alarm bells are now ringing.
Obviously, people might be concerned about having their data accessed. If they feel that their safety or security has been threatened, they should call the police straight away.
And for anyone who may feel at risk, well, they'll have to wait at least another week before investigators can establish which cases and viewed and what happened to them.
The situation is far, far from ideal, particularly for domestic violence survivors.
While the court system was targeted, there's no evidence the hacker was looking for anything specific. And police suspect this could have been a trial run for something bigger. Damien Ryan, NBN News.
The release of damning new text messages has cast doubt on the Trump administration's claim that no classified information was accidentally shared with a magazine editor. But the US president and his team are doubling down, calling the scandal a witch hunt.
Word games over war plans. The White House relying on semantics as Donald Trump's defence secretary played down what he shared on a group chat with a journalist.
Nobody's texting war plans. There's no units, no locations, no routes, no flight paths, no sources.
But there were times. Journalist Jeffrey Goldberg, who was accidentally invited into the confidential thread on the non-authorised app Signal, has shared more messages about the strikes against Houthi targets in Yemen. On the day of the attack, Secretary of Defence Pete Hegseth wrote, "Team update. Time now 11:44 Eastern. We are a go for mission launch. 12:15 Eastern. F-18s launch." Later at 1:45, the first strike window starts. Hegseth says the target terrorist is at his known location. And at 2:15, this is when the first bombs will definitely drop.
Do you still believe nothing classified was shared?
Well, that's what I've heard. I don't know. I'm not sure. You'll have to ask the various people involved.
Members of that now infamous group putting on a united front. Vice President J.D. Vance in Virginia with Marines ignoring the scandal. And then this from the US Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
None of the information on there at any point threatened the operation or the lives of our servicemen.
I think it's all a witch hunt, that's all. I think it's a witch hunt.
In day 2 of a Senate intelligence hearing, Democrats unleashed their anger.
This text message is clearly classified information.
I think that it's by the awesome grace of God that we are not mourning dead pilots right now.
But now even some senior Republicans are breaking ranks, demanding an independent investigation. A show of defiance that in Trump's second term is all too rare. In the United States, Reid Butler, NBN News.
Russia has continued strikes on the Ukrainian region of Sumy, damaging homes, shops and an administration building. Ukraine's Air Force says the majority of the 117 drones used were either destroyed or jammed last night, with no signs of anyone being injured in the attack. Meantime, Russia wants Western sanctions on its banks to be lifted before a maritime ceasefire in the Black Sea begins.
Once a high-profile NRL player, now a repeat traffic offender. John Hapawate has been sentenced over a drive in a tip truck while disqualified. A magistrate today slammed his horrendous record, but he managed to avoid jail.
John Hopowate's been here many times before, but this time prison was on the cards.
What were you doing in the tipper truck?
Down to your mum's house.
In December, caught behind the wheel of a tipper truck on Pittwater Road at Collaroy, pulled over for a random breath test and admitting his licence is disqualified, telling police, "I'm going to work. It's around the corner." His licence has been suspended at least 7 times. In January, charges dropped over an alleged road rage incident. And today, another chance. Handed a 9-month intensive corrections order to be served in the community.
Are you feeling relieved?
I feel great. I'm not inside.
The magistrate said Hopowate's driving record was so extensive it went far beyond the 7 pages printed out. But from what he could see since 2021, he's had 19 speeding offences and 8 for driving while using a mobile phone. Among statements of support, one with the letterhead Anthony the Man Mundine. The former boxer saying John is a man of great integrity, widely respected in the community. The 51-year-old promising the court it will never happen again. Will we be seeing you in Manly Court again for traffic offences?
You might see me at your mum's house, that's about it.
Annalise Bolt, NBN News.
March 2025 is becoming a record-breaking month for rain in Queensland. Townsville has recorded more than any other. The southeast was inundated from ex-cyclone Alfred. Now the outback has become an inland sea. River levels south of Longreach have exceeded the record-breaking year of 1974. The scale of the flooding is immense, with communities and cattle stations cut off. It'll take some time to evaluate the extent of the damage and property lost. There is more rain to come, and it's going to take weeks to subside. As we go to the satellite image, we can see there's just a massive cloud now extending further south over northern New South Wales, where the rain increased throughout today. Heavy squally showers also driving in across the northern rivers. This rain belt is going to move into New South Wales over the next 24 to 48 hours. Low pressure system forms off the southern New South Wales coast. The system for us should clear quite quickly, and the flooding will not be as severe as what Queensland has experienced.
Coming up next, the Israeli Prime Minister threatens to seize territory in Gaza.
A major study reveals the best way to treat lower back pain.
And an Aussie wins the biggest prize in reality TV history.
You haven't shopped around until you've tried Yui. Huh? Yeah, you should shop around if you're not happy with your car insurance. Or your barber.
For award-winning customer satisfaction, make the change to Yui. You insured.
Fantastic Furniture's Spend and Save is on now. Spend $500, save $60. Spend $1,000, save $150. Spend $2,000, save $400. At a Fantastic Furniture store near you or online now. Find your Fantastic.
Run it. That's power in my veins, let it go. Yeah. Hey, that's power in my veins, let it show. Tap into the stars and now you know that I know. Yeah. Feeling like a boss, let it move, let it grow. That's power. Hey, that's power. Yeah.
Planning even just a few dinners a week with HelloFresh can help in a lot of little ways. Less stress, more variety, no one getting prickly about dinner. No offence.
Beautiful. HelloFresh, hello dinner.
Stream, 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 stream when I feel blue in the night and I need you to hold me tight whenever I want you. All I have to do is stream, stream, stream.
Crown Plus from $6.99 a month.
Building a sustainably sourced future so we can all come back for seconds. An eye for good. Bird's eye.
At IGA, great value's easy to find. Because every week we price match hundreds of everyday items to the big two. And offer specials that are actually special to you. IGA, you can't beat local.
Go Harvey Norman for up to 20% off HP and Asus computers. This lightweight HP laptop save $130. Asus VivoBook 15 with 1TB storage save over $300. HP Intel Core Ultra 5 laptop now $1,098. At Harvey Norman now.
Newcastle RV Supercenter's March sale is here with massive savings on new age and Snowy River vans, plus $2,000 of options on any new van sold. 3 days only, March 27 to 29, and only at Newcastle RV Supercentre, Beyersdorf.
Getting injured was tough, but the financial strain was worse. Bauer Bosch have secured the financial support I needed. It was simple. I just filled out the free case assessment form online. Don't wait. Contact Bauer Bosch today for all the help that you need and deserve.
Israel's Prime Minister has threatened to seize territory inside Gaza if Hamas doesn't hand over the remaining hostages from the October 7 attack. Benjamin Netanyahu's warning came as airstrikes continued inside the Strip, killing dozens more people.
Thunderous strikes rained down in northern Gaza, this hitting near the Jabalia refugee camp. Renewed bombardments causing even more destruction in the decimated Strip. Addressing Israel's parliament, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu with a warning directed at Hamas, saying his forces may seize territory in Gaza if the remaining hostages aren't released, also threatening other things he won't say publicly. Inside the Strip, scenes that will suit Israel's agenda, anti-war protests by crowds in Gaza, some chanting "Out with Hamas." Rare displays of discontent against the designated terror group, which has ruled the Strip since 2006. The Hamas-run health ministry says at least 39 people have been killed by Israeli forces in the past day, and 3 times as many have been wounded, their bodies taken to hospitals. It's a return to daily funerals. It's claimed more than 800 Gazans have died since strikes resumed. In London, Edward Godfrey, NBN News.
The families of 6 construction workers killed in America's Baltimore Bridge collapse have come together 1 year after it was struck by a cargo ship. Relatives visited what remains of the Francis Scott Key Bridge, throwing wreaths into the river. Work has started on the rebuild and is expected to be completed by 2028.
Hawaii's most active volcano is erupting again, with molten rock pouring from the mountain's summit. Kilauea's a popular attraction for visitors and has been shooting fountains of lava skywards on and off since late December. Authorities say the eruption doesn't pose a threat to residential areas.
The first trailer for Rust has been released 3.5 years after Helena Hutchins was killed on the film's set. Armourer Hannah Gutierrez-Reed is serving an 18-month sentence after loading a real bullet into Alec Baldwin's prop gun, which killed the cinematographer when it was fired. The move is expected to be out on May 2, with a tribute to Ms Hutchins in the credits.
He'd already won $500,000 on the Australian version of Survivor. Now he's walked away with the biggest prize in reality TV history. David Janey bagging more than $9 million on the American show Deal or No Deal Island.
It's really incredible, and I think to be able to do it in Australia and then to come across here and show Americans what I can do has just been the cherry on the cake.
His latest winnings were taxed, but it still leaves him a multi-millionaire.
Your grocery bill may have gone up or down depending on which supermarket you shop at. Choice recorded the prices of 14 common items and found the total cost at Aldi and Coles dropped between March and December last year, but increased at Woolworths. The difference between Coles and Woolies was $1.79 or more than $90 a year. Aldi was cheapest of the 3.
Shares in discount retailer The Reject Shop exploded on the ASX today following a multi-million-dollar takeover bid from Canada. Here's finance editor Chris Kohler.
Anyone holding shares in the reject shop would have been doing backflips today. As soon as the ASX opened, the company catapulted itself almost 110% higher, from $3.13 to $6.60. Here's what that looks like. The reason is a $259 million takeover offer from Canadian retailer Dollarama. The bid was much higher than the share price, so investors piled in to sort that out. The board and biggest investors are backing the deal, so it looks set that the reject shop will soon be flying the Canadian flag, sold for anything but a discount. Overall, the ASX fell today with noticeable drops from Macquarie, Goodman and Block, while Woodside outperformed, and the price of copper hit a new record high this week, another outcome of the uncertain and still unfolding trade tariffs being announced by the US government. And with all that going on, the Australian dollar was buying 63 US cents, 58 euro cents and 49 British pence.
Another salad product recall tonight, this time from Coles. Packets of spinach, mix stir fry, beet slaw and rocket and kale mixes are among those being pulled from the shelves as they may be contaminated with bacteria. Customers are being urged to return the products for a full refund.
As patients try to move away from pills to manage back pain, a new review has outlined which other treatments work. Researchers say the duration of a person's pain is a key factor in finding what methods will suit them best.
Engineer James Lawrence says simple household chores would trigger his back pain.
I'd be then suffering this intense back pain for hours, days, sometimes even weeks.
It forced the 59-year-old to give up his passion.
I pretty much gave up riding.
Painkillers no longer the frontline treatment. What works the most uncovered in a review of all the best evidence from around the world.
We're now able to say with some certainty what works and what doesn't work.
What's certain for new cases, staying active is far better than resting in bed.
Try and be as active as you can without maybe taking on an exercise program.
If the pain lingers between 6 and 12 weeks, physiotherapy, psychology or occupational therapy can help. Spinal manipulations and hands-on treatment aren't so effective.
Manual therapy, we now know, probably doesn't work.
For chronic low back pain, acupuncture and exercise therapy help with pain and function. Psychological therapy is good for pain. Traction, which involves stretching the spine, isn't helpful.
All pain is real, and psychologists are very, very good at helping you deal with some of the consequences.
The latest review giving more clarity to the 6 million Australians who experience back pain during their life. Experts say the government's Medical Research Future Fund is helping the field move faster in finding answers. James now back on the road after trialling new strategies.
I believe it's changed my life.
Gabriella Rogers, NBN News.
A woman has called 000 fearing a burglar was in her Melbourne home, only to find the intruder was a koala. Family dog Coco alerted his owner to the break-in.
I went to worst case scenario, yeah. I really thought that someone was trying to get in. They shone their torch out through the glass sliding door and there's this giant koala sitting in my dog bed.
Police have released the marsupial without charge. No harm done.
No, and a lot more comfortable as well. All right, let's move to sport now. Montanna Clare is here.
Tan Daly, Cherry Evans, well, he just can't escape the spotlight at the moment.
Good evening, Tash and Gav. All eyes were on the Manly skipper at training today as teammates admit the circus surrounding his departure could have been handled better. And while rival clubs are circling, one contender is officially out of the race. We'll tell you who next. Also ahead, a Rabbitohs legend to return against the Panthers tonight. We have the late mail from Accor Stadium. And why the Waratahs have moved Joseph Suaalii around for his return.
Some people reckon this is the Aussie way. Sure, but at Aussie Broadband, we reckon there's a little more to it.
Like keeping your entire family better connected with Australia's most trusted telco. Even this little champion. Where did you get this dog? With reliable internet brought to you at speed and a local expert support team that are there to help whenever you need it. Yes! That's Aussie Broadband. That's the actual Aussie way.
Do you remember my Nana Connie? She left you her house.
No one has managed to solve our mystery.
40-year-old Nancy Drew right here. 39 and a half.
I love the whole Baby Monroe story.
Oh, but it's not a story. It's the truth.
What could your next 15-day holiday look like with TripADeal? Experience highlights of Antarctica from $13,999 per person, including flights. Immerse in the majestic landscapes of Antarctica and set foot on the icy continent with Hurtigruten expeditions. Travel in luxury and cruise past towering icebergs. Witness incredible wildlife and more. Plus, earn and use Qantas points on every booking. Search TripADeal now.
Being able to talk to an Instant Scripts doctor anytime, day or night, helps us feel better already.
Over 2 million Australians have turned to Instant Scripts for their healthcare needs. Our doctors are here for you 24/7.
This autumn, bring any national home solar offer for any size package to Arise Solar on a like-for-like system, and Arise Solar will beat it. Plus, your choice of bonus gift valued up to $1,500 at no extra cost.
Limited offer. Call 1-800-ARISE-SOLAR.
The Nick Scali Autumn Sale has been extended with up to 50% off selected lines. Save up to 50% at the Autumn Sale, extended until Sunday. At Nick Scali.
I'm Lawrence Aircliffe, your Liberal candidate for Patterson. A Liberal government will deliver $100 million to build the second Maitland Park roundabout flyover. It will end the traffic nightmare and keep Maitland moving. With your support, I'll get the flyover built.
Authorised by C. Australian Liberal, Sydney.
G'day, good to see you.
Oh, that looks great. Oh, it's fantastic.
Go Harvey Norman and get serious about sound. Save $97 on Audio-Technica turntable. Save over $100 on JBL Party Box 320. Get immersive sound with this Samsung home theatre soundbar, now under $900. Best prices guaranteed at Harvey Norman now.
One of the favourites to secure the signature of Daly Cherry Evans is now out of the race. The Bulldogs revealing they won't pursue the departing Manly skipper. Cherry Evans was back at training today, with teammates conceding the Sea Eagles could have handled the saga better.
The rugby league world was watching when Daly Cherry Evans stepped out for training, and when the Sea Eagles session started, it didn't look like the week's extraordinary events had taken a toll. 3 days after announcing his bombshell exit, Cherry Evans spent time with his coach and joked with his teammates, who are still accepting their skipper has chosen to leave.
Oh, it was a bit of a shock, yeah. Definitely didn't see it coming, but yeah, that's his decision, so got to accept it.
The club's captain-in-waiting has watched on as the soap opera played out in public.
Have you been concerned by that? Yeah, well, it doesn't look the best, does it? The way it's all happened.
But today declared it won't derail their season.
We're just respectful of that's what he wants to do. I'm sure everyone's that way. We want to play well for Manly, you know what I mean? It's not about Cherry Evans or what's happening next year, it's about us.
One place Cherry Evans won't be next season is Belmore. The Bulldogs officially out of the race.
He's a great player, he's done a lot for the game, but we've got Toby at the moment.
But there is still plenty of interest among the front runners for his signature, the Roosters.
I don't think I need to sort of talk about how good a player he is. It's pretty rare that a player like that comes on the market. We haven't discussed it, but as a business you've got to look at it as well.
And if the halfback moves back to Brisbane, the Dolphins could be where he lands.
We've got space in the cap, that's not a problem. I've said all along if there's genuine interest and we'd love to have a conversation.
Back at Brookie, they just want the saga put to bed.
Honestly, I don't really care. I care about Manly, you know what I mean? So if he's going to go somewhere else, he's going to retire, that's on him. That doesn't worry me, you know. I guess it would be good for the wider community and people who speculate if it was sorted sooner rather than later. But to me, it doesn't matter if he's not playing for Manly. I don't really care where he plays.
Sam Jordan, NBN News.
As this time-lapse video shows, it's taken a mountain of work to get a core stadium ship-shape for tonight's footy. Stadium staff turning the arena from a concert venue into a motorsport track for the Race of Champions. Then just as quickly, the circuit was torn up and the grass rolled out to transform it back into a football field, all in perfect condition to host the Rabbitohs and Panthers. And that's where James Bracey and Brad Fittler are tonight for what promises to be an intriguing clash featuring a Rabbitohs legend.
Well, here we go. Another round's upon us. The Rabbitohs hosting the Panthers tonight. Brad Fittler, hello.
James.
South Sydney, look, 2 wins to start the year. A loss last week, but they welcome back a try-scoring machine tonight.
They sure do. Alex Johnson hasn't played since round 21 last year where he ruptured his Achilles, but on this field, scores 92% of his game, so I'm assuming he's going to score a try tonight.
All right, the go-to man for South, as he always has been. Taking on a Penrith side that not many would have been able to do what they did with so little cattle last week in Melbourne against Melbourne. They'll take something away from that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you saw the reactions after the game, the coach was very happy. He was talking about the spirit in which they play. They're playing against a red-hot Melbourne side.
Yep.
But the thing is, they're still letting in 30 points a game. And if they defend like that tonight, South Sydney will score that easy because they have got class.
What are you vibing?
I started with South at the start of the week. I don't know why, but anyway, there's still a bit of time till kick off.
That's right. So just going to wait till then?
I'm going to wait.
OK. You'll have to tune in then. Thank you, Brad. Make sure you do tune in. It's Nine's Wide World of Sports. We've got you covered Thursday night footy right here from McCaw Stadium.
Knights hooker Jayden Brailey is officially heading to Canberra next season, having now signed with the Raiders until the end of 2027. Brailey's journey south could spark some competition for the number 9 jersey, with Tom Starling currently filling the spot, but he's also off contract. The Waratahs admit they're hoping to protect Joseph Suoli'i by naming him at outside centre instead of fullback for his return from a toe injury against the Hurricanes tomorrow.
Joseph's 2 weeks back into full training, playing 15 or in the back 3. There tends to be a lot more running. So just making sure that he's in the front line where we can reduce that.
Suoli'i has been sidelined since round 1, missing 5 weeks. The Giants will face their toughest test of the AFL season so far on Saturday against Hawthorn in Launceston. The Hawks are 3 from 3 and are considered by many as premiership favourites.
We think at our best we're a really good team, but we know we're vulnerable against every team if we don't bring our best.
There are 2 big inclusions for GWS. Last year's leading goal kicker Jesse Hogan and star recruit Jake Stringer will return from injury. Coming up next, a teenage wildcard shocks the world number 2 at the Miami Open.
MyGov ID is now simply My ID, the new name for one way you can identify yourself for government services, and in the future, other places too. And you don't have to change a thing. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
Here's to those who have a crack at opening their own business out the back. Or the brave souls who have a crack at something other than butter chicken. And old mate's having a crack at working out a new workout.
Everything burns.
Hang in there, mate. At least when he wants to have a crack on the Sportsbet app, it's fast and easy. Sportsbet, proud supporters of having a crack.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Panadol, trusted by millions of Aussies for every everyday pain.
I'm Team Sue.
I'm Team Sue too.
I've been Team Sue for years.
I'm Team Sue.
I'm Team Sue.
I'm Team Sue.
I'm Sue. And that is Jake.
Care that works. From a team you know. In a place you belong. Your place. Welcome to Hammond Care Home Care.
Repco has everything you need for your road trip. Prep your ride with 30% off Penrite engine oil, and rewards members get 25% off Eclipse car care for a little post-trip TLC. Repco. Gets you going.
The Nick Scully Autumn Sale has been extended with up to 50% off selected lines. Save up to 50% at the Autumn Sale, extended until Sunday. At Nick Nick Scully.
Nuclear takes 30 years to be operational. We're already at 40% renewables after just 2 years, and we're on track to meet our target. Why would we need nuclear? Dutton's nuclear plan. Why?
Authorised by MRIP for the Communications, Electrical and Plumbing Union, Sydney.
Oh yeah, it feels good to make progress. With Newcastle Permanent's great low rates and up to $3,000 cash back when you apply for your home loan online, we're here to help you move forward. And we're here for good.
Go Harvey Norman for up to 20% off HP and Asus computers. This lightweight HP laptop save $130. Asus VivoBook 15 with 1TB storage save over $300. HP Intel Core Ultra 5 laptop now $1,098 at Harvey Norman now.
This report brought to you by Harvey Norman for everything you need in furniture, bedding, home appliances and technology.
Alexandra Ayala has shocked her opponents, tennis fans and even herself with her performances at the Miami Open. The 19-year-old wildcard from the Philippines, stunning world number 2 Iga Swiatek to move into the semi-finals in straight sets. Ayala had never previously made it past the second round of a WTA event, but the victory over Swiatek was her third against a Grand Slam champion this week. Marnus Labuschagne has given Queensland a glimmer of hope in the Sheffield Shield final. Starting the second dig 176 runs behind South Australia, Labuschagne produced a captain's knock of 61. At stumps, the Bulls lead by 1 run with 7 wickets in hand. Newcastle is now just 80 minutes away from claiming another country rugby league championship. The Rebels faced the Northern Rivers on Saturday after a 20-0 win over Western that was more hard-fought than the scoreline suggests. Back on the training pitch following a fiery clash with the Rams. A Rebels coach still fired up.
I thought it was disgraceful. I thought I'd been in a time warp and ended up in the 70s and 80s again with the way the tactics that they used. 2
Rams players have since copped 8-match bans for eye-gouging Cameron Anderson and Matt Sopalula.
It's probably one of the most physical games I've been a part of, and there was obviously some acts within that game that were quite sort of surprising for us, and obviously Western Rams came with quite a game plan to rattle the cage a little bit.
The Rebels ended up keeping them scoreless.
I was really proud of the guys, how they kept their discipline and we kept them to 0.
But if Newcastle was dogged in defence last weekend, it certainly will be this Saturday after this training session. Instead of a pitch invader, the Rebels will be chasing a title against the Northern Rivers Titans in Canberra. James Taylor making his return to an otherwise unchanged starting side.
James has been the country front rower for the last few years in a row, probably the premier front rower in the Newcastle competition, so it's certainly a handy replacement to bring back in for Ethan.
The aim, a 3rd consecutive country crown.
We pride ourselves on being one of the best competitions in regional New South Wales, and for us to go out and do 3 in a row, that'd be amazing for us and amazing for the community.
Former NRL player Albert Kelly is coming back to Newcastle Rugby League. The half made more than 50 appearances across 3 NRL clubs, including the Titans and the Broncos. After a stint with Central in 2012, Kelly is now returning to the Hunter. He's set to line up for Cessnock this season. The Jets women play their final home game of the season at number 2 Sports Ground this Sunday. After almost taking down the Melbourne Victory, they're confident they can cause more upsets. Their next target, Western United. There's less than 100 days until the start of the NRLW season and not much rest between that and the end of the A-League for Sheridan Gallagher.
I think I have something like, 9 days off if we don't make finals, so it'll be probably the best 9 days I'll ever have.
In a season marred by field changes, the Jets women are about to lose their training field again, this time to make way for the rugby union season. But they're focused on winning their last home game at number 2 Sports Ground when they host 4th place Western United on Sunday afternoon.
Playing here in front of our crowd and at our home ground, just keep pushing and then see what happens from there, and then hopefully everything else aligns.
Having won 3 of its last 4 games, Newcastle is now confident it can outrun any team and cause some upsets.
Brian did a very good job during pre-season, even throughout the season still now, that he is making quite a big deal about conditioning and just focusing on that, because it's like if you can be one aspect better than another team, then let's take advantage of that.
Kick-off is at 4 p.m. Tara Andrews' quest for the NPL's Golden Boot was given a boost overnight. She scored 4 goals in the Eagles' 6-2 win over Rosebud. Meanwhile, Charlestown continued its winning ways, defeating the Magic 3-0 to retain top spot on the table. Tash and Gav, that is our look at sport.
Thanks, Montana.
All right, thank you so much. Up next, it's time to check in with all of the weather details. Stay with us.
Norma's huge inheritance. She got this historic home, but brought in the bulldozers.
That isn't good enough.
A current affair next.
Wouldn't it be nice if things were a little more useful? At Origin, we're making it happen. From helping you go solar to customer service and everything in between. That's all kinds of useful.
At Spotlight's VIP Day VIP, save 30% off full-priced items store-wide. Yes, that's 30% off. Hurry, today only. Plus, rush in for our autumn savings catalogue full of unbeatable deals store-wide. Don't miss out. Sale on now. At Spotlight, it's what you make it.
At Coles, you can do Easter like this or like that, in the garden or off the grid. With Coles Australian boneless pork leg roast, now just $8 a kilo.
I do mine with a mouth-watering honey mustard sauce.
And when it comes to dessert, you can do Easter with all your mates round or with a cuppa on the couch. With Coles' finest luxury chocolate and vanilla Easter egg dessert for $20. Do Easter this way, that way.
It's delicious every way.
At Coles.
Hey mate, it's time to go home. I can't!
Don't get stuck in pain. Voltaren gel penetrates deep into the skin to reduce inflammation and relieve pain to get you moving sooner.
I'm back!
Voltaren, the joy of movement.
It's Tank World's up to 50% off clearance sale. Save up to 50% off our entire range of round tanks from 1,000 to 47,750 litres. All stock must go 10 days only. Think Tank World. 1-800 68 69 70.
19-year-old girl was kidnapped. She's my family. Gangs, the mob, corrupt government officials, they're all involved in human trafficking.
A working man.
Discover the award-winning Emerald Cruises luxury yacht experience. Cruise in style and explore the cultures of the Mediterranean and idyllic islands of the Caribbean. With only up to 128 guests and customised inclusions. Embark on a voyage of a lifetime in 2026 from $7,945 per person. Book now with your travel advisor or visit emeraldcruises.com.au.
Go Harvey Norman for your contemporary home. New exclusive leather designs with the luxury of powered reclining actions. Dine in style with stunning designs. Furniture designed for the modern lifestyle. Smart designs to fit your space. Be inspired in store at Harvey Norman now.
A help company would get people back on their feet, make complicated stuff simple, and even try to predict the unpredictable. So that's what we're doing. NRMA Insurance, a help company.
Today we had a weather phenomenon over us. It was a sun halo and it was there for some time. I think we have some vision of it here. Check it out. That is when you've got a layer of high clouds. So it's ice crystals and the sun's light refracts off those. It bends back to your eye and creates that incredible halo effect. Now, over the past 24 hours, it has generally been dry our way, elsewhere incredibly wet, as we saw earlier on. Just extraordinary vision now as more planes and more footage comes out of Queensland, filming what is pretty much an inland sea at the moment. That big rain belt is on its way. It's going to pass over us, and the good news is it's going to pass over us relatively quickly. So it's not going to linger as it's done now over Queensland over the past week. But it's literally been 17 straight days of rain for the majority of Queensland. They've had virtually no sunshine either. But you can see that high-level cloud that created that halo is really thickening up from here on in. So the rain moving into western New South Wales, showers to the north. Most of tomorrow is generally going to be fine again. We'll see some patchy falls, but the majority of this is set to come through overnight and then into Saturday. And there's a likelihood that we'll have some moderate, potentially heavy falls in there as that system moves on through. And then it'll dive away to the south with that low on Sunday. So the wet weather being felt as far south as the capital, south of, all fine, still hot from Adelaide to Perth, and still a little bit cool right throughout central Australia thanks to all of that cloud cover, but very wet for Brisbane and southeast Queensland, just recovering from their flooding event. So generally fine today. We hit the mid-20s, 25 to 27 degrees was generally the theme. The moisture-laden onshore influence that's been feeding this system continuously, that is going to remain locked in place. So more cloud about, not much in the way of rain, but there you can see it. There's that rain belt starting to make its way towards the region tomorrow night, and as I said, more so pushing through in the early hours of Saturday morning. But we've got cloud increasing, thickening up in comparison to today, generally the mid-20s throughout tomorrow for most of the region, and then the rain will start to spill in across the valley as we progress into the afternoon evening period and more so overnight. Swell at about 1 metre. There hasn't been much of it. Wind affected again. Sun's up late and it's very dark there for some time because of that cloud layer. So rising after 7 a.m. tomorrow. High tide at 8 a.m. just after about 10 past 8 there approximately, and the swell out of the southeast. So there it is, some pretty big numbers there potentially. The southerly kicks in, then we've got some isolated showers, but it's going to find up pretty quickly once that big arcing arm sweeps over Saturday. So Sunday things will be fining up quite rapidly, but yeah, get ready for some wet weather. Let's check in right across the coast. The swell still running about 2 to 3 feet, wind affected, generally light to moderate swell there pushing through along with those onshore winds.
Thank you, Gav. Well, finally tonight, the first batch of mushrooms will be grown in space by an Australian food company via a SpaceX flight as part of research to produce crops that astronauts can grow, pick and eat. Researchers will analyse how microgravity affects the growth and nutritional content of the oyster mushrooms once they're back on Earth. It's quite the project.
Absolutely.
That's NBN News for this evening. A current affair is next, followed by the footy.
OK, so thanks for your company from all of the team.
Good night.
Good night.